very quickly in subsequent years, but for the initial year, it's relatively low. With this issue of, let's say you forego insurance, it's June, and you find out that you've now been diagnosed with something rather severe. Unfortunately, that is not an event which then allows you to go to the insurance and buy coverage. You would need to wait until the next open enrollment period to be able to go ahead and purchase that particular plan. The enrollment period obviously is the 3 months at the end of each and every year, but in order to avoid this situation of people getting coverage, dropping coverage at multiple points throughout the year at their convenience to get certain things taken care of, you can only enroll at the end of the year during that particular open enrollment period.
Every year it'll be that way?
Every year. With that said, just to be one additional point of clarity, there are particular life events which do allow you to go in and make certain changes. And they're obvious ones. Obviously, if you have a baby, you want to make sure that that child is now covered on your plan, marriage, divorce, and actually if you do relocate within different counties across the state, given that there is still geographic rating capabilities at that level, that would allow you to potentially go in and select a different plan. But if you don't buy coverage, or if you buy coverage and drop it at some point during the year, you do have to wait until the startup of the next enrollment period to go ahead and sign up for coverage.
Only through the exchange?
Only through, well, for the exchange, yes. If you wanted to try to go out and solicit a private plan on the open market, you could certainly do that. But at that point, you wouldn't get any tax subsidies if you had been getting those prior. So you have a pretty big bill to pay.
Okay. You mentioned that they will not be able to discriminate against pre-existing conditions anymore. What about lifestyle choices and habits? Can they discriminate against a smoker or something? Or are you getting a plan, or is everybody in?
Everybody's in. There is no what's typically referred to as tobacco rating currently in the exchange. A lot of these types of decisions can be revisited as we move forward, but right now there is no tobacco rating. That's usually the most prevalent one along the lifestyle category.
Will there be coordination of benefits?
I'll say that one time.
Coordination of benefits with other plans? If your spouse has the plan with an employer, you're not on it, can you give this plan more coordinated?
Oh, so the question is if your spouse is covered through an employer's plan, but that employer chose not to cover you under that particular plan, those types of decisions are actually baked into the rules and eligibility engine that I mentioned on the site. I don't have a specific response to that question without knowing just a little bit more detail, but those types of factors are baked in. Obviously, if your employer offers credible coverage and you simply choose to just not take it, you would not be eligible for subsidies to go ahead and purchase on the exchange. But if your employer is providing coverage, but it only covers one member of the family, there would be provisions which could help out those individuals.
I have a question. I've read and I've heard different things about routine eye care, and I believe that children up to the age of 18 are routine eye exam for screening. Is that correct? But adults are not. But I've also heard I've mentioned anthem. And could you clarify that, and as well as in terms of the reimbursement and the standards that the state is setting up, are the insurance carriers required to have a certain minimum of reimbursement to the providers, or they just do whatever they want? And what about addressing carve-outs for specialists and things like that? I mean, what is the incentive for a specialist of any field to participate in this?
So the first question was around